We got devils. We got dragon knights.
Yeah, you got Devil, Dragonite, Dwarf, Bow Elf, High Elf, Arkin. That's an interesting race.
Are they
Human,
undead?
Emunkin. Yeah, basically. Orc, a Podler, Revenant, and Time Raider.
That's a Paponkin. Mamonkin.
What?
Mamonkin?
Oh, Mamonkin?
Oh, wait. Mamonic.
Oh, yeah, Mamonic. Your silicone body is aerodynamic. It's you're like a plasmoid.
Okay. Yo, orcs. Gug gug.
Good, good.
Holder gnomes.
Those are like halflings.
Wait, what's the difference between a revenant and a harkin?
Hawken. Oh, Hawken is kind of like it's like a race that's like destined to die. So you're gonna die at some point, and it's like story driven. So you can put a like it's a high risk, high reward character.
Okay.
So their whole thing is their first benefit is Doom Sight. Uh, while working with your director, you can predetermine an encounter in which you will die. I love that kind of character archetype. I love planning my own death. When the encounter begins, you become doomed, and once you're doomed, you cannot die until the encounter's done. But once the encounter's done, you're dead. The way I look at that is it's like a hero that gets a prophecy that like you will die at this point, but you'll be a great hero to start. I don't know how that becomes like a specific character, but I think it's more of like a title of a person, right?
Okay.
So I would say personally, you could flavor a Hakan as any race, but like you're predetermined to die. Like you were with like a voodoo woman or something. They read the bones and they're like, you're gonna die facing Jiraxi the Destroyer or whatever. Whoa. Fuck off your skin. Your stamina increases by 6 points at first level, and an additional one at each. Character sheet. Ancestry. Here we go. Dwarf.
Bro, making devils in this game sounds dope.
It's a lot of fun.
It is. Devils. I've never been a big Tiefling fan, but like making an actual fucking devil with like exposed skeleton and wings and horns. That's fucking cool. And beast legs. Have backward hooves.
Prehensile too.
Glowing eyes.
The flavor that Colville puts in this game, chef's kiss. So good.
I can make Hellboy.
So what character do you think you're gonna make, Jeremy? Are you gonna recreate a character, or are you just gonna roll
I
something
love making.
fresh?
I love making new characters.
You gonna make Hellboy?
No, maybe.
Maybe.
I always, I always like take an idea from a character and then, or a character himself, and then just use that as a base point and alter it so much that you'd never recognize the original
That's fair. That's fair.
form. Like Delamar, the fire druid, was originally an idea based off Venom from Eddie and Venom,
Oh, okay.
just having a symbiote mind.
Love the
My
flavor.
favorite character, Andre Lightbeard, Paladin of Zophiel, was actually based off the Andre the Blacksmith from Dark Souls,
Nice.
and he also praises the sun. So Andre's just a Dark Souls character.
Funnily enough, I didn't intend it, but Agrimar turned into a character from the Fate series. Have you ever watched them?
No, but I have a lot of friends tell me I would like them.
It's a really good series. I think you'd like it. Basically, heroes of legend that come and fight wizard wars for a wish, kind of thing. Um, it was like loosely on that because I made Heracles, can't die kind of guy.
Okay.
But I mean, he transformed 3 times and then he became a god. So it is what it is.
Um. So in our legacy campaign, the tomb I'm going to is the tomb of Andre,
Oh, that'll be fun.
and then Amanda has Ryan's druid's old staff,
I remember the druid. Yeah.
and then the dragon bee prawn Nick kept bringing up. That is the boss fight that ended the campaign.
I remember Nick talking to me about that boss. I think he was bouncing things off me when.
That's the one because one of the players really liked the evil dragon, and then another player gave the evil dragon the MacGuffin evil artifact we had spent the first part of the campaign collecting. And so she got super corrupted, and we needed to get that book back.
Yep.
Which also that book might show up in this campaign.
And Jethro's gonna read it.
I will I will
Don't worry,
metagame
just
my
read it. Don't
ass
worry,
off.
I can take it. I
I
can handle the
personally,
power.
me personally, I have seen too many PC soul get sucked into that book, and then once you die, there's no coming back.
I tell you what,
You're just
Jeremy, I
in
have
that
an
book.
incredible like
Oh my
odds
god, I can
against
save
getting
Roth.
killed and soul sucked.
Oh my god, maybe we could save Roth.
Well, that'd be fun. How's Gerbender coming, Ben?
What is Gerbender?
He was the Dragonborn cleric of our first campaign we played together as a group.
Yep. He was a cleric come paladin of Bahamut.
Oh,
He
that's sick.
ended up playing him a little bit more like a paladin, but he was the healer for the group and also kind of the diplomat.
In the bridge dropper.
That too. I remember we kept going because we were playing. I think first it was Mines of Fandelver, and then we graduated to the Princes of the Apocalypse.
Yep.
And we went to a couple of these elemental towers. Gurbinder just had some cool moments.
A lot of cool moments.
Like he actually would make use of his not prejudice, thaumaturgy, and like really like buff up his intimidation and or his persuasion if he was like maximizing the use of his voice or making his eyes glow, like a holy, yellow light. It was a lot of fun.
And I did dumb shit, and he saved me all the time.
You didn't do dumb shit. You did
No?
stuff that a barbarian would do.
Hey, man. If they would have had the new rages requirements, I wouldn't have ran into so many rooms. I only had 60 seconds.
I haven't really looked up anything about the new D&D system.
I've spent way too much time looking at it. I got a good handle on it.
Part of me was thinking about just taking the good from it and leaving the bad.
That's probably what we're going to end up doing.
I just don't know what's good in it. Actually, no. I'm actually already playing with one of the effects. Nick let me take the new monk damage dice instead of the old one.
Oh, Jeremy, you're going to love it. Monk's got a huge buff. Yeah, all of your bonus action stuff is for free now. So you can get Step of the Wind for free and not spend key points on it.
Holy shit.
But you can spend a key point to get dash and a disengage at the same time. Or you can get like dash and dodge at the same time. So you spend a key point and it just does two things.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Monk's got a huge buff.
I gotta message Nick. And then gotta play my character slower.
Hmm. Rural. I don't remember. Rural.
Part of me wants to make a devil. I just don't know what type of devil. Let's look at classes. Okay, so there's 5 classes.
Are you still sticking with the old devil guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently building Grbinder's culture. I picked Draconian Pride for his special ability for being a Dragon Knight. Looks like that'd be fun.
Oh yeah, That's fun. Oh, you get all those things, Ben. That's cool.
I think it said you could pick one of.
Oh, the Dragon's Pride. They only have one option right now.
One of the.
That's your ability, but you get all those, the Worm Plate, the Knighthood, the Draconian Rush, Draconian Guard. Those are all included.
No, see, I took knighthood to mean choose one of Draconian Rush, Draconian Guard, or
Oh,
Draconian Pride.
I see that. Okay, yeah, they didn't do like a sub thing.
All right, I got an idea. A barbarian devil who's lawful good, who is the last of his house because his house rebelled, and he just goes around helping people.
I like that.
I have a hard time making evil characters.
Oh, same here.
Yeah.
It's like in my fantasy game, I want to be a good guy.
Even my rogues end up, being like honest and helpful, and
I think my most evil character is just a pompous dick. And that's Derek.
I
I
think
could make
Callum may be my
Derek.
most evil character.
The gnome from Ryan's campaign?
Yeah.
I didn't get to play with him a lot. He seemed cool.
He was not above a little bit of thievery when it came to magical items.
Wait. Thievery's not really that evil.
I mean, generally it was from like tombs and things.
Crafting or
Yeah, he was just exploring old places and finding artifacts.
Like Indiana Jones. Except it doesn't go to the museum.
Exactly.
Or
Just because somebody else
intrigue.
was trying to say that was still lived there, and
Say,
that was really their house and not some, abandoned tomb. What difference does that make?
Right? Who's your edgiest character?
Is in like the most twisted?
Yeah.
Probably Cheshire from the Pirates campaign.
I like Cheshire. How about you, Lucas?
sorry, what was the question?
Who's your edgiest character?
Oh, played a couple of different edges. I would have to say it was my character in Ben's game. It was Xavier Shadowleaf. He was 5 levels Rangers, 5 level Rogue. He was pretty edgy.
That's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. There's a clip on my YouTube, a couple clips of some incredibly funny moments. We spent like what was it, Ben? 3 hours in real time playing that one scene between Chesko and I.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, we went on a hunting mission for the dragon cult within. I think we were in Baldur's Gate at the time, and or no, we were in Waterdeep, right, Ben?
Yeah, Waterdeep.
Yeah, we were Waterdeep, and oh my god, it was just bad interaction after bad interaction, and we skated by the skin of our teeth at the very end of the day, and it was just us murdering some dudes in in cold blood in an alley at some point. And then we just went back, and it was, oh god, we were so drunk and we were laughing so hard. It was great.
Yeah, I think like one point, like you'd gone to basically the Thieves Guild and were trying to like fast talk them or something, and just completely failed in your roles and had to run through the alleys.
Yeah, yeah, we went right up to the cultist, like where we saw the cultists, and we started yelling about Bahamut and try not was it who's the bad one?
Oh,
Tiamat.
yeah, Tiamat.
We were outside the dragon cultist hideout, and we were trying to get their attention by yelling about Tiamat. And guards showed up, and I had to claim that my partner was mentally ill, and I had to get him back to the hospital. And then we went to a bar because I had thief contacts, and that's where we got the thieves guild, and obviously they were throwing around money, and they tried to rob us, taking us down some dark alleys and stuff. Yeah. So if you hear the dark alley meme, that's where that came from. Like if Amanda says anything, is because in that particular city there was a couple of dark alleys that got us in trouble. So
Yep. Every time they would go like, "Oh, we're gonna sneak around. We're gonna follow this dark alley," be like, "Oh no."
yeah, we get shanked, robbed, or incarcerated. Odison. Yes. Odison is. Oh wait, I missed my upbringing.
God damn it. What do I want to name him?
So what do you think of the character creation so far?
I'm having fun with it. I like the
Yeah,
building
same
a
here.
culture, and I like building a career.
Labor.
Oh, I gotta build an ancestry. Oh wait, no, that's my
Devil will be your
devil.
ancestry, but your culture, this is fun. You get to choose, you get to make your culture, which includes the environment that you grew up in, the like type of organization, and then your actual upbringing. So it's like where you were, the general like governance of the area, and then what you were in that situation.
Is this one of those games where I need to make a level 1 character, or can I have like, oh, he was a member of like the King's Guard, but that faction got decimated.
So what we're doing right now is we're building your character before they become a hero and go on the hero's journey. So
Okay.
you're building your level 0 character, or basically your level 3 character, and then like in D&D, right? You're not a hero until you're level
Okay.
3, right? So you're building your level 3 character, and then you start in this game as level 1 already a hero. So you're already on the hero's journey. You're not trying to work up to being a hero.
Okay. So I'm gonna have my guy be the son of the King's Guard, and I carry my dad's sword. I need to look up on the devils before I start making things up.
One of the blacksmithing or handle animal skills. Well, it's going to be. So on your character sheet, you're going to put all the like the titles at the top, but if you scroll to the second page, that's where you start filling in like, the more uh, full details of your culture and stuff.
Okay.
Um, but when you get to your upbringing and your environment and stuff like that, just put in the 2 categories of skills that you're going to get from them, or 3, depending on what you have. And then once you get to the very end, that's where they'll have all the list of skills, and then you choose your skills.
Okay.
It's easier than flipping back and forth because I did that and it was driving me insane. So you just put that you get 1 from this category or this category, and then once you get done with characters, then you can start assigning skills. I'm creating Cognador space.
So, my ancestry, culture, career.
Oh yeah. Yep, Barbarian Fury is the way to go. Or Barbarian Fury. Dwarf Fury. I have all the hit points. I'll be right back. I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, where you at, Jeremy?
Getting a little overwhelmed.
I can help. What's going on?
I'm second guessing if I want to be a Fury, which is that's okay. I can make a new character sheet. Go to downloads, character sheet, form fillable.
This is for your devil dude.
Yeah.
Well, what are you thinking of? So, Elementalist, as far as I can tell, is a wizard.
No, I was
Conduit,
gonna have him be
or
like a fighter type, so I think a
tactician.
tactician.
Yep.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
I'm currently contemplating career.
Oh, we never really got. Did we get too much into Grabender's like, backstory?
Yeah, I mean, he he grew up around a small chapel of Bahamut, but he
That's right. He was
signed
like a
up.
career cleric then, right?
Sort of. He actually signed up and served in a military unit, but would keep coming back, and he served more as like their chaplain than anything else. Uh,
Gotcha.
so he grew up kind of as a cleric, but he saw the depredations of cultists in his area, and so he joined up, and then he was away when his chapel got destroyed by said cultists. I'm kind of thinking, you know, sort of a sage. I think I'm just going to go with that because I don't know, it's like, was he a soldier or was he a sage?
Well, if he was conscripted in the military, he'd be like a battlefield medic, right?
Yeah.
You could do soldier. I mean, you could do either one and then just like whatever one gives you the better skills, you could still flavor it.
Okay, so I start with a might and a reason of 2.
And then we
Might
go with sage.
2.
Good call. So you got a couple options there, Jeremy. You can do a 2 -1 -1, or a 1 1 -1, or a 1 0 0 for your other 3.
What was this one again?
What's that?
What was the PRS stat?
Uh,
Uh,
presence. That'll be that's like your insight, ability to judge character, convince a crowd to join a revolution. That's your charisma stat.
okay, let's do 1 0 0. Okay. Starting stamina is 1 at 1. Recoveries 15.
Now, these are base, so once you get to kits and you build out your kit might change your recoveries
Okay.
or your hit points, or how much hit points you get back if you use a recovery. Your kits will change all that.
Okay. Choose skills lead. Lead. Plus any 2 skills from alert, architect, blacksmithing,
you're a soldier or basic tactician is like everything. You can do anything to, you know, you had a background in anything, I guess.
Okay. Let's do monsters. And
See, then you get or skills of the exploration group.
okay. Let's do alert.
And your exploration is like climb, drive, endurance, gymnastics, heal, jump, lift, navigate, ride, and swim. Well, I guess it shows you on your character sheet.
Conduit deities.
I haven't even looked at the conduit. Skill. Plus 2 skills from the explorer.
I feel like he's going to be a follower of Adun in this iteration. The domains are love, protection, storm, and war. I think he's going to be a protection and war.
Yeah.
So Vanguard. There's somewhere I put that.
Vertical services control vehicles remain engaged in strenuous activity over long.
Parry.
100%.
Oh, parry is a triggered action. Okay, so I get parry. Parry. Broadway. Oh, what is field arsenal?
Okay. Picking skills.
Where you at, Jeremy?
I am looking at my class, and I think my wife just came home, so I might need to go help with groceries.
All right. I'll still
I
be
will
here.
be back.
You're getting 2 skills from interpersonal or lore skill.
Yeah, and since I went secluded, communal, academic, I get interpersonal or lore from secluded, crafting or interpersonal from communal, and lore from academic.
Nice.
So lots of interpersonal and lore stuff.
Interpersonal. Handle animal.
I think I'm going to take lead, read person, history, magic, and religion.
That's very Gerbender. I like that.
I thought so. Okay, so for
I
conduit,
chose endurance and lift for Cognar.
yeah,
I still
totally.
have some extra in there. Hmm. Or interpersonal couple. Alertness? Oh yeah, he was alert. Communal crafting or personal.
Okay. Not really seeing where to put my god of choice.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I'd have to look at the con.
I guess I'll just list it under the class conduit.
Yeah, I think that's a probably.
I'm back and my wife is not home. My dogs are just wild.
Ah, nice.
Okay, alright, I am now,
All right, so you were doing something, Jeremy?
yes, I'm making my hero. I need to make sure I have my. So I get these double bonuses, but I don't know where to put them in. The double benefits.
Yeah.
Benefits from a double.
So what I did is if you go to your second page on your character sheet, there'll be a spot for ancestry.
Ah,
And right as of right now, from what I can tell, you just have to put in the just copy and paste the text in there.
okay. Who's running these sessions and can I have the beast legs without the actual buff? Just I want backward legs.
Well, yeah, you can have backwards legs, they're just scrawny. You don't take the points for it.
Oh,
And I don't know if anybody's actually going to play this game, Jeremy. I'm just having fun with the system.
no, we're playing this game. I don't care if you just fucking throw a minotaur on a map and we try fighting it, but we're doing something.
Yeah, I really do feel like this would be a good way to do Monster Hunter.
It feels very heroic, and that's definitely what we want for Monster Hunter. It should be badasses going out and doing stuff.
Exactly.
Right. So you, Jeremy, you get 3 fiend points to put through all those things.
Yeah, I want all of them. That's the problem.
Can't do that.
I don't want all the buffs. I just aesthetically want all the things. Actually, no, I do like the wing because flying.
So mechanically, let's see. Legs or granting weapon immunity. So you have DR. Just cause someone to damaged by your eyeballs. That's kind of cool. But you got to be careful because that's a triggered action. So you have a triggered action of parrying as a fighter or as a tactician.
Honestly, I like the exposed skeleton and the hell sight.
DR plus you can't get Banes on attacks against concealed or hidden creatures. Yeah, you're a Wrath Hunter. Or a Wraith Hunter, I should say.
And then I'm aesthetically gonna have horns, but I don't get the benefit for the horns. Maybe they're like Lord's horns or something, if that works.
Yeah, you got horns. They're just not as menacing as maybe some other feet.
Alright, cool. So exposed skeleton and hellside.
Yeah, I don't see where you put on like DR or even how that works yet. But
Yeah. Um,
I'm guessing weapon immunity is anything that's from a melee strike or a ranged strike that's non-magical. You just deduct the damage by 2. I think that's the way that works.
that's like damage resistance and
I
Fallout.
think that's, yeah, and it's only from, I would say, from physical attacks, right?
Alright, what did I set? Ancestry, culture,
Oh,
languages.
these are so close to Cognar. I don't know which one to choose. I can choose Berserker. You channeled your rage into expressions of physical might, acting as a living version of the forces that reshaped the world. You gain the lift skill. Or Storm White. You channel your rage into the form of animal and primordial storms. You gain the track skill. He was a totem barbarian, so I think Storm White's the way to go. Track skill. Track. Primordial aspect.
Organization. Yeah. More skill.
Oh, I guess I should read further before I choose that, because that actually doesn't just give me a skill, it gives me the rest of my class features too.
What does?
My primordial aspect. So I could choose
I was
Berserker, Reaver, or Stormwhite. So it gives me a skill, or yeah, it gives me a skill for each one of those, but it also changes what other features I get in the class. It's like a subclass at level 1. Oh, Fury triggered actions. Stormwhite is regeneration. Your transformative abilities bring you back into the fight. Trigger, you lose stamina and are not dying. After damage is resolved, if your rage is high enough, you can enter your animal or hybrid form as a free triggered action. You can't gain the temporary stamina from that form because you've already done this. If you gain temporary stamina equal to your might. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be a Stormlight. That's fun. I turn into like a werebear.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, just
I,
cool.
I have done the career. I've done my tactician. I've done my culture, my upbringing, martial. I am the son of a knight. The house spell. We're
At the start of
taken.
each round, you
Banished
gain
to Earth.
1d3 rage.
I've been
Rage
doing hero
disappears at
stuff.
the end of the encounter. Growing rage. You gain certain benefits in combat based on the amount of rage you
Soldier.
have. See aspect features for details. The benefits from your growing rage last until the end of your turn, even if a benefit would
From
become unavailable to you
exploration.
because the amount of rage you spend. Mighty Leaps. You always succeed on might
Entry.
test made to jump. You can still roll to see if you get a reward result. Oh, God, the Fury gets like 6 or 7 abilities at level 1. Right, storm right. White. Any leap? Let's see. I get primordial shape. Put that in.
Martial kits.
Primordial
Cloak and
shape.
martial arts.
When you select a martial kit, you can instead select a Storm White kit. See Storm White kit. Your Storm White kit grants you a number of benefits, including effects tied to growing rage feature.
Yeah, so Tactician says I can swap kits
All right, well, let's
on,
look at that.
on the fly, which would be dope because
What ability is that?
uh field arsenal and then uh
You get the benefit of 2 kits. So
Be right back.
you can equip 2 kits.
oh wait, maybe no, I think it was in soldier's ability then something they gave me. Career soldier.
Whenever you change your kit as a respite activity, you can perform another respite activity as well. Yeah, so
Oh, that's what that.
you get 2 long rest abilities when you take a long rest.
Okay.
And it takes a long rest to change your kit. So if you wanted to change from a fighter to a caster, or for a sword and board to a great sword, you would have to take a long rest to retrain your kit. But as a tactician, with your field arsenal, you get to take 2 different kits and have them equipped at the same time.
so I
So,
could take shining armor and the mountain.
yeah, so they give you something that's like, if it gives you the same benefit, take one or the other. Usually means taking the higher of 2 bonuses.
Yeah.
You also gain access to signature actions of both kits. That's cool. So what the example they give you is shining armor and sniper kits. So that's basically paladin archer kit. So you get a bunch of stamina bonuses, you get a melee bonus, you get a ranged bonus, and you get mobility. Like, you get a bunch of cool stuff.
Okay, this is cool.
So that allows you to be like either a switch hitter, or you can be like a super tank or a super DPS, depending on which of the 2 martial kits you pick. So martial kits, you got Cloak and Dagger, which is going to give you stamina bonus, speed bonus. You're going to get melee weapon damage, range weapon damage. You get a weapon damage increase, or sorry, weapon distance increase. And you can get a free triggered action to shift up to 2 squares. So that means you could take multiple, you could riposte or parry, right, as a fighter or as a tactician. You could parry and then back up 2 squares. You could do polearm, martial artist. Oh, there you go.
Oh, well, I was looking at Panther and then the mountain. Or not Panther and the mountain, but Panther and shining armor.
All right, Panther, no armor, wield a heavy weapon. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. A big melee boost. So, okay, so just so you know, what that does is it gives you +4 damage on your 17 plus roll, right? So +0, +0, +4. That's basically Great Weapon Master, right?
Oh, so that's what the tiers, because the level of degrees I can succeed by. right?
Correct, right. So what you're
Okay.
seeing there, like on the Panther bonus, +0, that means up to 16, you're not getting any bonuses. But if you hit that 17, you're adding +4 damage on those attacks.
Oh shit, that's huge.
Yeah, and then if you use a signature ability, you're doing 16 points of damage, and I believe it factors in your melee weapon damage again, so it's actually 20 damage, I think.
Is anything buffing my might? Are there things to buff my might? Or is
That
it
I
always?
don't know.
Because I have 2 might right now. I'm just wondering if I do go with this, I would like to not min max, but more so focus the build to making that higher number easier to hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As far as I've seen, there's nothing that gives you a bonus to your main stat from a kit.
Okay.
The only bonus I see is speed, reach, stamina, so hit points. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that gives you bonus to hit to start. But I think there's a lot of different ways that you can set up like floating bonuses with like edge dice. So for flanking or some kind of
Okay.
maneuvers, there's ways of getting bonus dice. Or sorry, an edge gives you a +2 to the roll. And if you have a double edge, which you can actually, so unlike 5e where you have advantage, disadvantage, it cancels out, you can go up to 2 in this. So you can get a double edge or a double bane. It's +2 for a single edge or +4. So you can get up to a +4 to hit.
No, actually, it goes +2. Then if you get a double, it just takes your level of success up one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So so it'll give you a bonus on your roll to the next tier, to a
Yeah,
tier of
so
3, right?
yeah, up to tier 3. So like if you, because the power roll is 2d10 plus whatever your characteristic is. So like a lot of mine are rolling intuition. So if I rolled 2d10 and rolled 8, and then my intuition's a 2, so I'd actually end up rolling a 10, which is the tier 1. So it's the least successful. If I had a double edge, it would automatically go up to a tier 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and a single edge would get you to tier 2 as well, right?
Right.
So in that case, you're kind of boned because you only get the one tier at either way. So
Well, the signature ability for the mountain is if the target dealt damage to you since the end of your last turn. Oh, this attack gains an edge, so that would take it up a tier.
no, so a single edge will give you a +2 bonus. But if you were to combo that with, say, flanking, that would automatically give your roll to tier 2 to start with.
Okay.
Right. So even if you rolled a 1 on the die, if you have an edge on your second turn and you're flanking, that's a double edge. So yeah, you're automatically in that second tier, no matter what you roll. So the mountain is really good for like, especially with your ability to parry, like, or, take the damage and then come in later. The mountain actually might be something I take as a barbarian because I want to get hit because I get more fury points or rage points when I take damage. So taking damage and then coming back with an edge is going to be really good for a barbarian.
I like the idea of taking the mountain and panther and then getting that speed bonus. Do I get both signature abilities or do I have to pick one?
No, you get both signature abilities, but I'm I'm not sure how they play together because the panther is saying while you're not wearing armor, and the mountain it gives you heavy armor. So I don't know how that one works together.
We read some more.
So mine on signature abilities, looking at it, it says select one signature ability from the options below. So I'm guessing yours is probably the same.
Okay,
Well,
so
his tactician allows him to use his signature ability of 2 kits at the same time.
Okay.
Like he basically, if he equips a kit, he's allowed to select a second kit. That's like the fighter's like
Yeah.
loadout deal. But I think in this case, Jeremy, I mean, it says that they stack, but I don't know. You might be able to stack Panther and Mountain. I don't see why not.
Because I like the idea of taking the mountain, but taking the Panther ability and pretty much making the fucking Juggernaut. Just bull rush in and fucking swinging.
I would probably say, since they're specifically opposed, I would say you'd get the signature ability, but you would have to, or like if you want the kit, you would have to choose which kit bonus you want, right? So if you want the no armor bonus and get the stamina, speed, stability bonus, and the melee weapon damage, you would take that one, or you take the mountains one, but you still get to use the signature ability.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Since they're
Yeah.
opposing, one's heavy armor and one's no armor, I would say you get the kit bonus from one, but you could use both abilities.
Okay. Is there a drawback for wearing heavy armor in this?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
You just
How does
have to
that?
have the kit. Like the drawback is that you're not going to get like speed. You're not going to get distance. So and this game is all about squares and movement, and so there's a lot of like shoves and things like that. So if you don't have bonuses to your speed or to your reach, then or your rather your mobility, then your battlefield effectiveness is going to be reduced a lot.
Okay, so it'd probably just be better to take the mountain and shining armor because I would uh, get the plus 12 stamina bonus. Would I get the first plus 2 melee weapon bonus damages and then a plus 4 on that last one?
Let me see shining armor. So shining armor gives you plus 12 stam, 1 stability. So that's stability is the resist movement ability kind of thing.
Okay.
Um as the tactician, you get to stack those bonuses. So you're going to get plus 12 because it's heavy armor and heavy armor, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is sword and board for the shining armor. And if you stack it with the mountain, which is plus 9 stam, plus 2, whatever that is, stability. Yeah, you would get plus 21 to your stamina, plus 3 to your stability, and you would also stack your melee weapon damage on medium weapons 2, 2, and 2.
Oh,
And if you
okay.
use heavy weapon, like
It'd
a
be
great
0,
sword,
0, 4.
004. Right? Because the bonus for the mountain is only applied to when you're wielding a heavy weapon.
Hear me out. Say I run sword and board, one hand a weapon. Would you consider that a medium weapon? Could we do
I
that?
don't know what the weapons are in this game, Jeremy.
That's fair. Let's
I
go
haven't looked at
find the
equipment.
weapons.
I think it's I I I want to say that the equipment doesn't matter. So it's kind of like what your ability to, I don't know.
You know what? Just for right now, I'm just gonna take the mountain and run the mountain. And then when we get a better idea of it, I'll add another kit onto it.
So I think the kit is that provides you with like your weapon, right? If you're a caster, you don't get
Yeah, but
um
if you're a caster, you can't choose from the might trees. So the idea is like I can't make a battle mage, but I can make a really good archer and a really good pretty much a weapons expert, right?
um no, you can be it this is just the default. Like I think you can actually go and I don't know if it costs money, but I think you can buy a kit.
Okay.
Okay, it's the third little paragraph here. The game features 2 types of kits. A hero can take any kit, but some kits are better suited to a specific class. So you could take a spell or like a battle mage, but your spells are not going to be as effective as a caster, like a full caster. So right at the beginning of kit on page 61, if you're looking at it.
Were you asking about medium weapons?
Yeah, medium weapons versus heavy weapons.
Okay.
Medium weapons are one-handed melee weapons that can be carried into battle while leaving one hand free, or while using that hand to hold a shield or implement. Battle axes, clubs, long swords, and warhammers are medium weapons.
Okay, so the way I see that is your kit will have a weapon that's included, right? You flavor it what you want. So if you have medium weapons, it's get a battle axe or a longsword or whatever. And then, so for you as a tactician, if you wanted to go, oh, I'm going to have a sword and board and a heavy weapon, then you would just pick the ones that you were using at the
Oh,
time and then apply the bonuses to them.
so if you go to Field Arsenal, I think it explains it.
What page you get?
59 at the bottom.
Kit signature.
Access to the signature actions of both kits.
Yeah, you get the
So I get,
benefits of both.
but I don't get to stack the bonuses.
Right. Oh, okay. So if they both have a stamina bonus, you take whichever is the higher of this. So you take the higher of whatever bonuses they give to you. So if we go back to your kit of, let's just say the Panther and the Mountain is what you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
So your Mountain is going to give you Stam 9, Stability 2. Your Panther gives you Stam 6, Stability 1. So you would take the Mountain Stam and Stability. You would take the Speed from the Panther, because that's what the highest bonus is, right? It's a Speed 1.
Yeah.
And then they both have the same melee weapon damage, because they're both heavy weapons. So you would take the 004.
Okay.
But you could use Devastating Rush or Pain for Pain.
All right.
I
I'll
like
do that
that.
then.
That's fun.
I'm the Mountain Panther. Wow.
Ooh, the Devil Mountain Panther. What if that's his name? He's just Panther, the Mountain Devil.
It is now.
I haven't even finished with my fury yet. To get back skill.
Mountain. All right. I got my kit. What's my next part? Ancestry, Culture, Career, Class, Kit, add free strikes. Every hero has the ability to make free strikes under action.
Triggered action. It's going. Regeneration.
Abilities.
Keyword. A distance.
I think I built my character.
Yeah, I think the kit is the final. Oh, no, you got to do complications.
Oh, okay. Complicated.
Page 73. This one's fun because this gives you like why. Like, so, and now these are an optional thing, but I think everyone should have a complication because I think it's fun.
Oh, I'm taking fire and chaos. That's fucking sick and it's
Yeah, so you
perfect.
get immunity 5 for fire, so you reduce damage of fire by 5, but you're weak to cold 5. So if you get hit with
Man.
cold, you take an additional 5 to whatever cold damage.
Oh, and the ice devil that killed my house was an ice devil.
There you go.
Boom.
They put a brand on you so to make you weak to ice damage, cold damage.
I am Alexander, the Panther of the Mountain.
Nice.
And now I'm gonna be fucking sad if we don't play.
Right? Now you got to roll up another one, Jeremy.
Oh god. Well, I guess it is easier the second time, huh?
Yeah, once you
Actually,
get the hang of it.
you know what's wild? I'm more interested in kits than the actual classes.
Kits are so much flavor.
Well, honestly, because I'm going through the kits and I'm like, fuck, I didn't even think about that. Like, I want to make a samurai that's just wears no armor, but is really good at martial and bow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dancers. Oh, I can make Derek. How does magic? Is this magic when I'm looking at the kits? Is this where you get your spells?
No, they alter your spells. So when I made a Jethro analog. So they give you ones. So they tell you what different focuses do. Some give you AoE, some give you split spells, some give you more range, some give you more damage. Um, but the caster kits are mainly about either damage or distance or creating more area when you do something. So when I carried a Jethro, I took the frigid one. Gives me a stamina boost. It gives me further range on my spells, so my spells go from a 5 square to a 12 square.
That's a huge fucking boost.
It's a huge boost. And then any of my area stuff grows an extra square. So anything that has AoE, like burst 3 or burst 5, turns into burst 4, burst. So I get exponentially bigger squares.
I can make Derek. Derek.
Mm.
Me ice gnome with no home. I was kicked out.
I love this one here. The missile caster kit. The missile kit allows you to throw your implement at your foes, then recall it back to you. Enemies impacted by this concentration of magic are left reeling while you stand safely out of their reach. When you use this kit, you your competitive nature is more. Oh, the magic kits affect your character because this one it says it makes your competitive nature more pronounced. You're more
Oh, that's
competitive,
so cool.
and you
Wait, do
wield
the
your
martial
implement
kits?
recklessly. You're
Do the
just
martial
throwing that crap.
kits do anything like that?
I don't know if the martial
No,
kits do cool stuff like
it's
that.
more so like um more so like if you want to deal damage this way, this is how you do it. Oh, that's
Yeah,
fucking dope.
but the magic is like, oh no, magic is so unstable that like it affects your core. Like,
Is there a necromancer kit?
Not at
Or
this
not
time. It doesn't
yet?
look like.
I always wanted to play a necromancer, but I don't think D&D has really good
no, they don't.
necromancy vibes.
They
Yeah, that's
have
what I'm trying to play in our college game, and there's just very little there.
there's necromancy is
But if you're playing a circle druid, they'll give you fucking everything. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what you could do. You just play a circle druid and just flavor it. Everything you summon's dead. That
One
actually
way
would
of
be
doing it.
kind of fun. Is it circle I'm thinking of? Or shepherd?
Well, it's Circle of the Shepherd. Yeah.
Oh,
All of them
that's
are
a good point.
circles, man.
It's just circles, man.
Just circles, me. Um, no, I don't. I think because they're designing this. Well, at least in the core book, they want everyone to be the heroes.
Oh, that's fair.
Necromancy's probably not the most heroic thing, but I would not put it past them considering
Have
how well
you
this did to
have
put
you
out like an
seen solo
anti-hero book
leveling?
or something.
What was that, Ben?
Have you seen solo leveling?
So, I need to
I
finish
have
that.
not seen that one.
They have a second season coming.
It's really good. Like I enjoyed the season so much, I went and found the actual like manga it's based on, or the it's really just an online comic thing, and it is wonderful. Should definitely watch slash read it.
Okay.
The few episode I think I've gotten like 2 or 3 episodes and it's really good.
Oh, you've got to watch all the available episodes. They're really good.
It's all on the list. We're gonna finish making this glass. All right, trigger action. How's Grbender going, Ben? Got him done yet?
Well, I'm picking a kit, and I keep bouncing back and forth. Like in this game, it seems like maybe he should be more of a magic user, but I kind of like the Raider kit for him. Like he's got a might of 1 and an agility of 1. And honestly, I might even go back and make him a might of 2 and agility and reason -1s.
He was more of a get up in the face kind of cleric, right?
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking. But there's a couple that I keep bouncing between. The first is Raider, so melee weapon damage bonus, weapon distance bonus, which I'm trying to figure out what that means.
Considering its equipment is light weapons, it's like throwing knives, I think.
Okay,
So you get a range on your throwing knives.
so I could use like small like throwing hammers or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, okay, so that maybe, uh, but the rest of it seems reasonable. You know, medium armor, shield, and it comes with shield bash. But that's very much like a Grbender thing to do.
Yeah, and you don't get really any there's I think only 2 of the caster kits that give light armor provision.
Right, but if you look at Spellslinger, which again, this is more of like the guy who stands in the back, but and I don't know how much damage you take in melee from fighting, but the kit has this thing. You gain a bonus to damage equal to your highest characteristic score, which you apply to your next damage dealing magic ability whenever you take damage, and it can be cumulative. So I can
Ooh.
see it. I can see it being like, he gets up in it and takes a few hits, and then turns around and hits somebody with like a +6, damage spell.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and again, I just don't know how the damage goes. He's got a stamina of 18 to start with.
Well, I would say the average of player characters damage is, it looks like at least spellcasters, like the most damagey of damage is 11,
Right.
right? For a max damage. So I'm gonna say on average you're probably looking at like 3 to 8 for a single hit, depending on the rolls.
Well, I guess I'm curious because again, we're supposed to be like the heroes, out doing things. So it's like, is this going to be? Would monsters have smaller damage by and large?
You know what? I have, since I didn't put this in the thing because in case I ran it, I have
Right.
the
Oh, the monster manual
I
type
have the
thing.
monster manual. I can tell you what the average damage is.
That's good. My dead poor wife back here so I can play into her from the other side.
And the gob.
All right. That's enough of things my friends send me.
All right. So a goblin runner, carrier minion, level 1, is 8 hit points. The damage is between 2 and 4 at level 1. A sniper is between 2 and 5. An assassin, which is a captain level guy, is... Oh, they actually... yeah, between 3 and 7. So you're looking at like level 1 enemies between like 3 and 7 damage, roughly.
Okay. So somewhere between 3 and 4 hits would, well, say on average 4 to 5 hits would put me out.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to be up in melee, I probably need the armor and the additional stamina.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, especially because you're the conduit, right? You are
Right.
the healer.
Yeah.
Now, does the conduit give you the option to choose martial kits to begin with?
I said any hero can pick any kit.
All right, so I roll. Do I get bonuses towards with my kit towards hitting? No,
No, as far
just
as I understand, you roll a POW, which is it's POW plus stat. So your POW is going to be 2d10, and then it's plus, I think for you would be might, 2d10 plus 2.
I'm rolling 2d10. I rolled a 4 and a 6 plus 2 is 12. I rolled a 12 to hit that goblin.
So that gives you into the second tier, right?
Okay.
On your damage ability. So 12 to 16 is always tier 2.
So it's a 0. So what is the damage?
So
What do I roll for
okay,
damage?
so what you have to do is you have to choose between a melee free strike, which is built into your class, I believe.
Okay. Tactician basics. My doctrine. My doctrine just gave me triggered abilities.
Yeah, so you have focus spending abilities, and then I believe
Oh, wait. I didn't read this part. Oh, shit. I got distracted by kits.
add free strikes. Every hero has the ability to make a free strike under certain circumstances. Extra attacks do not require your action. You can also use a free strike as an action on your turn, though usually you have better options for action. Yada. Melee weapon free strike is a melee attack with an unarmed strike or improvised weapon. So you should be using your... yeah, so you should have... So what you would do is you would use either your Panther or Mountain ability.
Uh, can I use my tactician abilities?
Yeah, as long as you have whatever your class resource is, you can spend it to use one of your tactician abilities.
Um,
So let's
what
say
is
for this, right? You
focus?
got your Panther. The good thing is pain for pain and your devastating rush are the same action economy, right? So your type, if you go to those, is an action. So you're taking an action to make an attack. So you rolled a 12. So if you used your, it's the same for both. It's 8 damage. You see that on the list there for your pain for pain or your
I was.
devastating rush.
How do I get focus?
That will be within your class.
Damn it, because I have an ability that lets Ben get a free attack.
Let's see here. The Ring of Steel panics others, but brings your order to brings order to your mind, granting you a heroic resource called Focus. At the start of a combat encounter, you gain focus equal to your victories. At the start of each of your turns, you gain 2 focus. So you start. So if we started fresh, right, no victories, you haven't won any
Yeah.
battles, you get 2 at the start of your turn.
Okay.
But if an ally gets a tier 3 result on an attack against a target you have marked, you gain a focus. Your focus
Oh.
disappears at the end of the turn. So if somebody is like critting, basically, against a guy, you're going to get an additional 1 at the start of your turn. Right? So if we go fresh into battle and the shadow comes in and sneak attacks a guy, gets tier 3 result, your first turn, you're going to have 3 to spend on your first turn.
All right. Then I will do my pain for pain, and this dude will take 8 damage.
Exactly. So as far as I understand, I have to go through the mechanics of combat, but you get a maneuver and an action, right? So a maneuver is a move. For you as a tactician,
Or
you have the
maneuverability.
mark, right?
Okay.
So for the mark, you can target is marked by you until the start of your next turn. When attacking a marked creature, you and each of your allies gains an edge on the power rolls and deals extra damage equal to your reason score. So what's your reason score?
2.
Okay, so if you would have, say, like you were base to base with this guy before you started swinging, so you would get an edge, which is +2. So you're still in the tier 2 range, right? Because you rolled a 12. So that puts you at 14. So you're in the middle of tier 2. But you get to do an additional 2 damage based on your reason score,
Then I will deal 10 damage to
right?
that
So
fucking
now you're
goblin.
doing 10 points of damage, and whoever else gets to hit that guy gets to do an extra 2 points of damage.
Okay. How
Yeah.
much
So you
is
get to
stamina
call out,
health?
we're focusing on this guy, and that guy's going to take bonus damage.
Yo, fuck this guy's the hobgoblin goblin. Not a real hobgoblin.
Yeah. So anybody else that comes up and hitting him, like my guy, you know, he's going to come up and do an extra 2 points of damage.
Okay. And is from the DM side of point, how is stamina health?
Stamina's health. Yeah.
Okay. And winded is half health?
Correct. Yeah. I'm assuming Matt Colville really likes 4th edition, which had bloodied values for creatures.
He
Right.
he does like 4th edition.
So he likes himself some 4th edition. So you're gonna have bloody values, and I'm gonna assume that there's like orcs and werebears and those kind of creatures that like thrive on people getting wounded. So once you're at your half value, I'm sure it's gonna start triggering things for creatures. You know, bonus
Okay.
damage or bonus to hit.
Did I kill the goblin?
Yeah, he's only got 6 hit points.
Ah.
Even some of the bigger ones, well, we could say a goblin warriors, they got 20 hit points. So you didn't kill him in 1 hit, but you took him halfway. He's bloodied now. So
And he gets 3 hits on me now.
and he would get a hit on you. So you know, well, a couple of D10s. Let's see what the goblin warrior. Oh, good. uh, okay, they have a spear. It's an action. It's 2d10 plus 1. So that's a 14, 5 points of damage to you.
And -2 because my double trait.
Minus 2 to you. Yeah. So you go to 3 points of damage to you.
And then is armor what gives me my stability?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because I'm wondering if armor doesn't have any disadvantages and they get free hits, what's the advantage of armor? And if it
Your
gave me
armor
bonus.
is going to add to your stamina points as well as your stability.
Okay. Okay.
Right? So your stability is your sure-footedness, resisting movement, but your stamina, yeah, your stamina is increased armor. So if you were to look at the rules packet, take a look at your mountain versus, say, cloak and dagger in your kits. Right, look at cloak and dagger there first. Your stamina bonus is only +3 because you're wearing light armor. You look at your mountain, it's heavy armor, you get an additional 6 hit points on top of that.
Oh, and then with shining armor, you get an additional.
You get an additional 3
3.
because you have a shield.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So your armor
Yeah.
is increased stamina points. Basically, there's no hit points, it's an endurance bar, right? Like you can take more hits wearing armor than if you weren't wearing armor.
Oh, and the mountain doesn't really have any like bonus abilities other than like, hey, bonk.
Precisely. So your mountain and panther are really doing this exact same thing, right? The only thing
Oh
you're
wow,
getting from the
it's literally.
panther is a speed bonus. So you might want to do like mountain and cloak and dagger. That way, if you're using a light weapon or something, you know what I mean? Like you could bonus out those things. Like you can get more speed from a cloak and dagger than you would, or if you do martial artist, right? It's like martial artist, you get a speed bonus of 3. And if you punch a dude offhanded, right, let go of the greatsword and hit him with your hand, you're going to get 222 instead of the 004.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Panther Mountain, your special abilities are doing the same thing except for the effect. The effect on your mountain is going, like if you, the effect happens every time. If the target dealt damage to you last turn, this attack gains an edge. So if you got hit first, your mountain's going to do, have a chance to do more damage. And then the Panther is you can move up to 3 squares straight towards the target before this attack. You deal extra damage equal to the distance moved this way. So you, like, if you were rushing a dude and then you did your mark, which is a maneuver, and then you did this devastating rush, you get a free 3 squares of movement, and then you hit, you would have done 11 points of damage. Sorry, you did 10, so you would have done 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Right?
I might switch out oh, what's the word? I might switch out Panther for Ranger. Just because I always like the idea of a fighter being able to use a bow as well as a sword, because normally those people are trained in both.
Yeah. So you would still get the speed bonus of 1 from Ranger. The stamina bonus is the same, right? +6
Yeah,
on
I'd
either
still
one.
take those.
But you would get specifically on medium weapons or a bow, you get the +1 across the board.
Also, like it says Ranger, it's like meant on a character who could switch between both. But I could also take rapid fire instead and get the range bonus from that, which is a lot better and the distance is better. And the signature ability is pretty good.
Two
That's multiple
shots, two
creatures.
fire back to back, both hit their mark. Range, yeah. So you get a 12. You can target 2
Oh, I'm
creatures.
sorry. Sniper exists.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the good thing about the tactician, right? So you're going to have other classes that are like the barbarian, the fury, or if like Ben wanted to take a different martial kit, like he could be a wizard or
Yeah, I'm taking I'm taking shining armor as my kit.
right. So he's going to
Oh,
be
fuck
a
yeah.
heavy armor, shield, and medium weapon, which is great. Got that mace in the hand or the battle axe or warhammer or
Longsword.
whatever. And
He has a longsword with a hilt that looks like a dragon.
there you
Oh,
go.
that's fucking cool.
Dragon claw. Yeah, so he's got heavy armor, so he's getting a huge stamina boost for a caster, right? And he's getting movement resist, and if he does get up in melee, he's got the 2/2/2 on his melee weapon attack.
I'm liking what I'm seeing a lot.
I'll be right back. Hold that thought.
I wonder if you could make like I always wanted to make like an arcane archer.
I think you could
On,
definitely do that with this.
uh, Alright, so let's go back to starting a new character. What do orcs get? Whenever a creature deals damage to you that leaves you dying, you can make a free strike against any creature. If it's reduced to 0 stamina by your attack, you can spin a recovery. I'm guessing that means you get back up, and that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not
recovery
dying, you're
heals.
dying.
A recovery heals you for 1/3 of your stamina,
Okay.
and
And
like as a conduit, I have some healing type abilities, and I can do things like allow someone to spend a recovery. Uh, I have something called Healing Grace. Ranged 5, the target can spend 1 recovery, and if I spend piety points, which I get those as kind of my uh, currency during combat and whatnot, uh, then I can make it so a target can spend an additional recovery, or I can target another person.
that's really fucking good. I didn't realize recovery healed that much. That's insane.
Well, but the recoveries are a limited resource. So, like, as a conduit, I have 8. So, once I've used 8 recoveries to heal myself, I don't get any more. And you have to take 24 hours of uninterrupted leisure activity, effectively. It's not like
Yeah, long
just get a
rest is
night's sleep.
24 hours.
That's a long. I mean, it makes sense.
But basically, it encourages you. And I think there's something I read was like you can do like take a breath or something along those lines.
Yeah,
That
take a breath. Yeah.
it allows you, even without like somebody healing you, to spend a recovery and heal yourself even in the middle of combat.
Yeah, so there's an action, I believe it's like take a breather or something like that, that you can do a self heal in combat as an action. And then, like Ben said, the recoveries are you can do them out of combat as whenever you need them. Like they're freebies. You don't have to. It's like hit dice in 5e. But I love the mechanic of push your luck. Like gain the victories to gain more resources every turn to face harder encounters. Oh, I love it.
I think my complication is primordial sickness.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Poison immunity 5 and corruption immunity 5, but I have 1 less recovery.
Oh. Didn't Gerbender get that silver dragon scale put in him?
Yeah, he had, like, he was infusing himself with the scales of another dragon, and it was making him stronger, but it also had some drawbacks.
Just a little bit.
Oh, my family's back. I'll be back.
Hi, baby. Been so busy talking with Jeremy, I haven't even built my character. Mm-hmm. All right. I think I'm going to take the signature ability of Brutal Slam. The heavy impact of your weapon attack drives your foes ever backwards. I get up to push 4 squares.
I found something, like, I can see how Gerbender's going to work, like, in combat, I think. So he's got a triggered action that is called Holy Infusion. I can use it on an ally who makes an attack, and that attack gains an edge and deals holy damage equal to 2 times my intuition. So it's a +2 to the attack and a +4 to damage. And if I spend a piety, it makes it a double edge. And then my signature ability is called Lightfall. I can teleport each ally in a cube 3 by 3 by 3, and myself, if I'm in the area, to an unoccupied space within the area. So basically, I can, like, grant us flanking on people just like at the snap of a finger,
That's cool.
and we just sort of like pop pop, and all of a sudden we're like in the right tactical position.
That's awesome.
And I feel like Gerbender's gonna. I mean, I changed it up so that he's got a 2 in might, a 2 in intuition, a 2 in presence, and -1 in agility and reason. But he's armored up. He's got his long sword. He's ready to wade in, like, protect people. He's got protective attack. I can taunt an enemy.
Well, that's really good.
Yeah, I'm really liking it. And then he's got some heroic abilities that I haven't even, like, written down yet.
Yeah, I'm looking at my rage abilities right now. Yeah, I'll get him in a second. Welcome. Death before beauty. Stab me so I can pull myself closer to you.
That sounds like a Cognar thing.
When you barrel through your foes, they feel your wrath. Oh my god. Move up to your speed in a straight line towards a creature or object. You don't treat any enemy creatures as difficult terrain for this move. If the target is a creature, you can end your movement in the target square, moving them to an adjacent open square. Make a power roll against the target and every enemy you move through. Oh my god, he could just barrel through people.
Sounds like it's time for a barrel roll.
And the target takes an additional 1d6 damage for every free strike you triggered from your move. So every opportunity attack he takes, he gets to add bonus damage to the person he hits. That's 100% Cognar.
Yeah, that's the most Cognar thing I've ever heard.
I don't think I can even fit the name on the character sheet. Yeah, it doesn't even fit in the character sheet. That's great. And so did you pick out your 3 piety and 5 piety abilities?
I didn't. I was looking at them, and also like, sorry, I was reading the melee free strike stuff right quick because it's on the sheet. And I was like, what is that? It
Yeah.
sounds okay. Like it says here, free strikes. Each creature can make a free strike as an action on their turn, though doing so typically isn't the most effective choice. Most of the time, you use free strikes when the rules call for it. Specific rules let you use free strikes as part of an action. So, opportunity attacks. Whenever a creature within reach of your melee free strike moves out of it without shifting, you can take advantage of their movement to quickly make a melee free strike.
Yeah, so free strike, the way I understand it, it is a basic of basic melee attacks. You don't get to add any of your kit abilities to it or your heroic abilities to it unless you have the triggered action of them triggering that ability. And like they say, generally you have better things to do. Like your kit will have a better strike
Right.
than the free strike. But you might not have a kit or class ability that is a triggered strike, but you can use the free strike on that.
Okay.
So and it's like basic of basic, and I think they're all the same, except for the
Yeah. So
melee
like I
free
have.
strike is either your casting stat or your physical stat that you use for attacking.
Yeah. So that like for me, that actually would be probably my best option for a reaction attack, if you will. Because my triggered action is the Holy Infusion, where I give somebody an edge, but an ally has to make an attack.
So if let's say for instance you and Jeremy were facing the same guy and the dude ran away, you could give Jeremy an edge to his kit's triggered action, and then bolster his like
Yeah,
super
there you
attack,
go.
right?
But
Because
if it
if
was
he's
just
making an
me and the
attack, then
guy
that
ran
triggers
away,
your triggered kit. That bolsters his attack. All right, let's look at these 5 rage abilities.
I guess I'm also looking like for my conduit, I gain 2 piety. At the start of each round of combat, I gain 2 piety. So I could stack that up to like higher levels of piety just by not spending it, I assume.
Yeah, so unless you don't have victories, you're looking at a minimum of 3 turns before you can use your big ability.
Right.
Or like Jeremy has a way, if someone gets hit, or sorry, if someone gets a tier 3 damage roll, he gets a free focus point at the beginning of his turn. So if he goes last and 3 people hit, he's going to start his turn with 5 focus points, and he could
Okay.
Nova like first turn.
Yeah, so choose one heroic ability from the following options for 3, and then choose one from 5. Okay. I guess I misread that earlier and thought I got all of them.
Oh, this is interesting. So the Fury has an ability called Dying Blow. Spend 1 or more additional rages if you are winded. So this is the first ability I've seen based on your winded value, which I believe is half. If you're winded, you can add an additional d6 damage for each rage spent. If you are dying, you can add an additional 1d10 damage for each rage spent. Either case, you lose 1d6 stamina.
Okay.
So that would, if I was able to have a second tier 5 ability, that would be the way to go to like, okay, I'm going to go out with a big hit. Oh, 100%. Got to do this one. Blood for blood. A mighty strike leaves your foe reeling. Effect. You can choose to deal an additional 1d6 damage to yourself to do an extra 2d6 damage to the target.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, and the attack is either 7, 11, or 17 damage. It applies weakened and bleeding to the end of turn or the end of encounter. So if I roll a 17 plus, I do 17 damage, apply weakened, bleeding to the end of the encounter. And then I can add 2d6 on top of that. That's a big hit. That's a minimum of 19 damage. Like blood for blood.
I'm gonna have to take Punishing Smite as my 3-cost ability.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Yep, no problem.
Okay, finally get to look at Storm White tickets. Hmm.
Oh yeah, and I definitely know what I'm taking for my 5 piety ability.
Oh, what'd you get?
Armor of the Faithful.
Oh, nice.
The divine light of protection surrounds your allies. Magic ranged. Maneuver. Target 3 allies at a range of 5. And they're going to gain 10, 15, or 20 temporary stamina that lasts until the end of the encounter.
Whoa. That's a good, like, bring everyone back in the middle to late of the fight. That's great. And that's temporary stamina?
Yep. I mean, that's like I've got a stamina of 30. And that would
Jeepers.
be the equivalent, like even the minimum value is the equivalent of one of my recoveries. If I
That's
get a tier 3 success,
crazy.
it's like 2 recoveries. And you don't actually have to spend them. It's, it's temporary stamina.
Yeah, you just gotta wait those turns and then boom.
Yeah,
Comes
3
down.
turns in, and I can do this.
And yeah, and then if you think about it, it's like, oh, if we're pushing, a couple of big battles, then you're getting 5 on your first turn. Say we made it 3 battles, right? You start with that.
Yeah.
Everyone's topped up for the next fight. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I totally forgot that my Sage gives me 2 lore skills that I haven't picked yet.
Nice.
I'm going to go with Society and Monsters.
You know what? I think with the ability I chose, I'm gonna go away from the Storm White and go with the Berserker because they have a primordial strength, growing rage. The first one, as long as you have 2 rages, as your rage grows, your primordial strength intensifies. You gain an edge on might tests and resistance roll. And you also gain a bonus to weapon damage equal to your might score if you are at least 2 squares from where you started your turn when you attacked. And that coincides with that running through people ability. If I run through people, I'm going to get even more damage on top of it. Action is generation. Relentless. Target is trigger. The target's first. Select a target of the same size or smaller within. Forced to move instead. Additional increase. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I like this. So I changed to Berserker from Stormlight, and their triggered ability is called Relentless Toss. You can select a target. Sorry, you can select a new target of the same size or smaller within distance to be forced to be moved instead. Additionally, you can increase the forced movement distance by a number of squares equal to your might score. And with my primordial strength benefit, I can force that movement vertical. So I can cause people to be lifted up into the air 15, 20 feet and take fall damage whenever I hit them.
Nice.
That would be a good, I think that's a good benefit to have. Like if I run through people and then I think if I get a kit that allows me to hit someone and move them, it's extra movement and it allows me to do more damage with them flying up in the air. Cool. Yeah.
Sounds like a juggernaut sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, spend one rage. You can increase the force movement distance by a number of squares equal to twice your might score instead. Oh, God. I could move someone. Oh, what was that ability that I had that had the push? Oh, my brutal slam is an action. So I can do an action and then trigger it immediately if I hit somebody. So my brutal slam is a melee attack. No matter what I do, I move them a minimum of 1. But because I have my toss, I can move them vertically. And if I spend a rage, I can move them 5 squares into the air, 25 feet up into the air when I hit them. And then they take fall damage as well. And that's at a minimum. If I get a 17 plus, I can move them up to 8 squares into the air.
Nice.
So fall damage. Okay, so here's the falling rules. When you fall 2 or more squares, you take 2 damage for each square you fall. and then you land prone. When you fall, you reduce the effective height of the fall by the number of squares equal to your agility score. So if I hit someone 8 feet or 8 squares in the air, you're going to take an additional 6 damage.
Nice.
That's so cool. And then I just got to find a kit that will just make that even better. All right. It's a relentless toss. This is the effect. Oh, that's really interesting. The first line says I can select a new target the same size or smaller. So if I force someone to move with one, I can actually cleave into a second person and force them to move instead. Oh, wow. That's cool. Okay. Got my blood for blood. Blood. Signature bit. Not doing the Storm White kit. Get rid of that. Right. Finally. Get to pick a kit. Right? Marshall kit. Squeeze in there. So it's running through and then damn thing. Push. Which one? Push. Rule. Did I not pick Brutal Slam? Three abilities. Special ed. Oh, it's in my signature. Right. Gets. Arm strikes. Good fire. Pole arm. No. No. Stick and robe.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Sort of. I got invited out to dinner. So
Nice.
I'm gonna go eat dinner with my mother-in-law.
Right
Well, have fun,
on.
man. Yeah, I think I'm probably about to call it a night too. I think I've got a Hector Bender built.
I have Alexander the Mountain Panther Demon. A Mountain Panther Demon built.
Very nice.
You guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you
too,
next
man.
week.
See ya.
And I'll catch you later, Lucas.
All
Thanks for
right,
sharing
man.
this.
We'll have to try this sometime.
Absolutely. All right, catch you later.
All right, see you later. All alone again. I'm just all alone again. All right. Well, let's see. Here, I want to use Snapchat.
Alright, here we go.
What? Anybody watching? There's someone watching. Alright, let's see. The old Cognar, the dagger beard, Thor's Bane. Let's switch to the old character sheet here. And that out. Let's see how I can see it. Go. Oh, that's really big. It's weird. Better over there? It is better. Alright. Bookmark so we can see it. Alright, so we are making Cognar Thor's Bane. He is the bane of all doors. 2. What we have so far is a might of 2, agility of 2, a reason of -1, intuition of 2, and a presence of -1, 27 stamina points with a winded value of 13 at the moment. I have yet to pick a hit. That value will go up. The question is, I want to go heavy attack. Ability allows me squares. I have triggered actions, which my relentless toss will work on anybody I move, which is what I can do with a brutal slam. Heroic ability here, stab me so I can pull myself closer to you. Let's go back to the Fury here. All right. So we're gonna switch. There we go. Fury. I have the ability of, that's a heroic ability of 3. No. What? That's my ability. A heroic ability of 3. Stab me so I can pull myself closer to you. 3 rage. Up to your speed in a straight line. If I have more speed, I can take more attacks, which means I do more damage. As an action. Unfortunately, that doesn't stack with my triggered action, Relentless Toss. But if I have more stamina and more speed, potentially more damage on the person that this guy is going to be a bulldozer that's going straight to squishies in the back. And with that, I think I need my kit. Martial kits. So I think I want my kit to be something high speed, high damage. Probably Panther. Probably Panther. Panther is speed 1, stamina only 6, stability 1, but it's big damage. Maybe not Panther. Mountain, get into sure. Martial artist will give me the speed moment. Will give me a speed 8 squares. Mobility, when an enemy ends their turn adjacent to you and shift up to 2 squares as a free triggered action. I want to enter. I want big damage. Big honkin' damage. Plus speed. Raider kit keeps you affected while granting you full mobility, providing you a boost to speed and distance that run around the battlefield like a Viking warrior. Medium armor and a shield and light weapon. Speed would be my stamina would be +9, speed +1, melee damage 111. Weapon distance for throwing is +5. When an enemy ends their turn adjacent to you, you can shift up to 2 squares as a action. That would allow me shift 1, 2, depending on the creature, to shift out of being flanked and into an opportunity to just face. In your hands, a shield isn't just for protection. There's a push mechanic on it. Yes, that's what I want. Push 3 prone if your target is size small, your size or smaller. The Raider. I think the Raider is what I need for my kit. So let's go. Character sheet here. Let's look for my kit. Kit. Oh, kit, where are you? Odd when I only have half a screen. My kit is going to be the Raider. This is going to be weapon. Whoa. And medium armor and a shield. Come on. Alright. And my kit gives me melee damage of +1, +1, +1. Weapon distance bonus of 5. Right. Mobility. When it ends their turn adjacent to you, shift E action up to 2 squares. Ends their turn adjacent to you. I'm going to shrink this down so that way I get it all. Oh. Retrig. Enemy ends turn next to you. You can shift up to 2 squares. Action. This gives me a speed of +1, I'll take a stam of +9 for my trigger. Which melee weapon signature ability is going to be shield. God damn. Get it again? Shield bash. Keywords are going to be attack. Probably not going to use it. Play and weapon. Type is an action. Creature. Plus plus might. It's 2. Eight. 8 damage. Push 2. 7 damage. Okay. Yep. All right. Back up. All right. Complications. You move. Devil corruption. Right. Ward. Favors. Favors are last. Yes. Primordial sickness. Your corruption 5. Dying. This body the corruption. It does with birds for desires or body sake. More stamina. Give it to me. Give it to me. Elemental absorption is going to be cage. Okay. So my kit. I put that in the right, didn't I? My martial kit. I chose the kit of the reader. Stability. Stability not +9. Dead. All right. My stability is a +9. Stamina. It's 9. All right. So speed is going to be size 1. Whatever. Reach. Normal. I believe it's 5. Speed. What are the defaults? Back over here. Add free strikes. Thing. You choose your default speed. Right now. Ordinance timescapes. Okay. They don't. This is what I don't like. They don't have a very clear and concise way of telling you what the defaults are. Hidden some. Where the hell? Speed. Mm-hmm. Now I read it somewhere. I don't think I have to go chasing it to know what my defaults are. Maybe it's class. Stamina. Every skills. Alright, let's do this. Oh, it's in or ancestor. Dwarf. Nope. Ah, here it is. You gotta make that better. Ain't that better? Ancestry. Size 1. Your weight is 4. Got it. You have a reach of 1. 1. But I also have a distance of 5 for ranged attacks. So I get a 6 on my increases by 5. And has a speed of 5. Speed of 5 base. Ability score. You know what? Let me look real quick. Regen of the Fury. Ability 1. How did they get that? Is that from the kit? Get my Marshall kit and I get Panther. Ability 1. Okay, so you default to stability 0. Say stability 0. This is default for all Furies. But my kit is the Raider. Gives me stamina plus 9, speed plus 1. So my speed becomes 6. And my stam becomes plus 9 on top of my already crazy stam. So that's going to be 35 for 1. Half of that is 17. And for my Fury class, I have 15 recoveries, 15 max recoveries, and my value, remember correctly, is 1/3 of my hit points. So 1/3 hit point, 35 to 3, rounding down, the value is 11, right? Rounding down is, right, so 11 hit points. 12 would be a 36. So it's down to 11. 15 victories, resources. Name is Rage. Right? How does one gain? Battle intensifies. Determine. Your determination and anger grow, fueling a heroic resource called rage. When a combat begins, gain rage equal to your victories. At the start of each round of combat, you gain 1d3 rages. Your rage disappears. Counter. Growing rage. Gain certain benefits in combat based on the amount of rage. Features or details. The benefits from your growing rage last until the end of your turn, even if a benefit is unavailable to you because the amount of rage you spend on your turn. But at the start of your turn, you get the rage benefit. So, chose Berserker. So my rage starting could be you gain edge on might test and resistance rolls and a bonus on weapon damage equal to might score if I move it 2 squares from where I started. Attack. Shifting around people. 1, 2, dancing around people, hacking at them. Bonus damage. Gain bonus to weapon damage equal to twice your might score if you're at least 2 squares from where you started. 2. So I have to move at least 3 squares. Whatever. Dance around, hit them again. Now we're talking about additional 4 points of damage. I have 6 rage. I have a double edge on test and resistance. Not as good in combat, but I get them out of combat. I mean, the might test is really good for. Well, let's see here. Maneuvers, react, action, catch breath, charge, defend. Okay. Flanking. Not flanking. Flanking is through the center of the creature. It's considered flanking. Okay. You can draw a straight line through the center of the creature. Cool. Cover, concealment, damage, stamina to combat, and negotiate an adverse. Applying skills. This might include an agility test, presence just to just a crowd. Okay. Okay. It's good in combat, but how do you outside of. All right. So I'm gaining rage. What I really want is that 4 rage. We're doing double, 4 times the attack. And I hit them with relentless toss. I can spend my rages, double them. Right? So, you deal dumb and dead. I was push another, get a vertical push. Rage grudge. Right. And I do a relentless toss that I can vertical if I want to. Direct energy for a monster smash. Oh. can select a new target of the same size or smaller in distance to be forced to be moved. And additionally, increase the that means if I push someone, I can push myself up in the air using my brutal slam. At will. I can hit a creature, force myself to move. Ten feet of movement, like 2 squares, that's 10 feet up. I can hit a rock or hit a stalagmite. Bounce with. This made Super Mario. I can hit something and bounce. I can bounce off a shell if I hit it. Bounce 10 feet up in the air. And if I had rage to spend, I could. Yep. All right. I think. Oh, complication. Right. Complication. Good. That seems like fun. Alright, so we get +5 from that. I get plus... We get +11. Between my dwarf and complication. Plus 20 with Raider. 15 to start. 35 stamina. I could only go slightly higher if I chose the kit. Oh, Shining Armor. Gives me 3 additional hit points. But my kit does add to my damage. +1 damage across the comes a 4, a 9, and a 13. They stab me because 6, 7, 10. Blood for blood, I didn't fill it. Weasel. Stamina. Not as good. Requires less stamina, more speed, and a better melee weapon damage. I think Raider is good. Shield Bash. Technically, 4 damage. Similar push. This. That's why it's supposed to. Hold here. Added 2 abilities. Melee weapon. Oh. It's not baseline. Not baseline. So Raider gets 1. Actually 5, 9, 12. That is not really clear. Or is this already balanced?